Hey, what's up, everyone? You're here with the Pick Dogs on the pitch, Goran, Kirk, and Jack. Thank you for joining us. It's Saturday, it's April 5th, and it's a super, super busy day as far as the European soccer leagues go. Some good games in the EPL, some great games in Bundesliga. We have a few good matchups in pretty much every league on Saturday, and we only have a long form video this time for you guys. I think 20 games in this video to talk about. We'll talk about some games less. Obviously, we'll talk about some games more because Kirk will surely have something stupid to say about Nantes and Le Havre and so on and so on.
You want me to bring
Uh,
up
so
Nantes again when they played Friday? I
uh,
got a lot of real estate in your head early in the video. A lot of real
uh,
estate.
I, I'm just preparing our viewers to your
Oh,
nonsense.
they're
So
prepared. They're prepared.
yeah.
They don't
Uh,
need a disclaimer.
anyways, I actually have a joke for you, Kirk, for your circle gang.
Yes,
What did
Grandpa.
the triangle say to a circle?
Everton double chance.
Oh, you're pointless, okay?
Mhm.
He's done you there, Kirk. You got to answer back,
Anyways,
mate.
guys, time for some free picks. Let's move on. Jack, we have Everton and Arsenal as the first game. Everton coming off of a loss to Liverpool. It was a 1-0 loss, not a terrible loss. I heard you had some grievances about that game, so give
Oh,
us
no,
your free pick.
Oh, don't
uh,
go that far, Goran.
no.
You're gonna make
I
him cry
have,
on camera.
I have no I have no care in the world of who wins in Everton or Liverpool. My concern is the refereeing situation in England is just shocking. If anyone says that is not a red card decision, the fact that it goes to VAR and you've got three other referees that don't think that's a red card, there's a problem. There's a real problem in England. So forget all that. I like Arsenal on the first half here. Arsenal again. We've got Champions League coming up this week, so it's going to be awkward betting on these teams playing in the week. So that's why I'm going with the first half here. I think Arsenal are going to want to get this job done quick, and they can get their stars off because they've had depth problems as of recent. So yeah, Arsenal in the first half for me at plus money is a great price.
What are you laughing about, Kirk?
It's funny looking at some of your picks, Goran, for this video. It's funny. We'll,
Why?
we'll get to him. We'll get to him
Because I'm going against you. That's why it's funny.
because it just doesn't make sense. But we'll get to him.
Okay. Uh, in this game, I'm also going to take Arsenal on the money line at minus 137, but apparently my pick is ridiculous compared to Kirk's pick in this game,
Not ridiculous. I mean, I see the path. It's just the wrong path you're going down. And it's the first game of the video, and you're already going
obviously.
that way instead of that way. Everton at home. They tied Liverpool. Arsenal are not better than Liverpool. Arsenal have a huge game midweek. This is Everton's game to lose. I wouldn't be surprised if Everton win this game outright. I think Saka just came back from injury. I don't think they play him this game with the big game coming up on Tuesday. You're gonna run him into the ground 3 straight games when literally the league doesn't matter at all anymore. Give me Everton or draw.
I mean, who says that Saka even has to play when, in fact, Everton has Dwight McNeil out, Mangala is out, Calvert-Lewin is out, and Mikolenko is out as well. So
Okay. Uh,
I don't see your logic here with Saka and whoever else you mentioned. But
well, because he's the
anyways,
only guy who can score on that team.
yeah, and they haven't scored a single goal without him for the last 2.5 months, right?
Barely. Barely. They lost 1-0 to West Ham. They had Mikel Marino score twice. I mean, it's the Mikel
That's fine.
Marino show. But
Okay, moving on, Kirk. Let's not waste too much time. Crystal Palace and Brighton. I'm pretty sure I know your pick in this one, and it was to be seen from a mile away.
is that bad?
Not really.
I will say Sunday is the most square day I've ever had, but Saturday I'm not going square dancing. I'm going circle ganging. So I'm on Palace money line here. I think after a pretty embarrassing show for them, pretty embarrassing for Brighton as well. I lean towards the home team. If it was minus money, I wouldn't take it. At plus money, I'm taking it. I don't love the play. So there you go, Goran. I don't love it, but I am on Palace.
There you go. How about you, Jack?
Yeah, I'm going Palace to nil here. I think the price is like kind of crazy inflated. I don't really understand why. I know Palace are missing a few defenders coming into this game, but they are not a team who really concedes much at home. And not just that, Brighton aren't scoring a lot of goals either. They're on a serious goal drought right now. So if I'm getting plus 333 on Palace to nil here, which could easily be a 1-0 game, I'm taking Palace to nil.
Yeah, I know that Brighton is also missing like a lot of players. I think 7 or 8 players that are injured for them, but and they've cooled off a lot from scoring goals. They're not scoring a lot at all. But with both teams playing a midweek game just a few days ago, I think there could be some fatigue going on in that team. So I'm gonna go with both teams to score at minus 154. Ipswich and Wolverhampton. Wolves coming off of a win, and if I'm not mistaken, I think Cunha might be back for this game. Let me just look into this real quick, or is he still suspended?
The Ipswich are coming off a win too, though.
Ipswich are coming off of
Cunha
a
is
massive win
suspended,
for them,
yes. Cunha has a red card for
and
efforts.
Ipswich still has a chance of, I think, saving themselves. They are what 9 points away from Wolverhampton, who are actually their direct competitors, I suppose, to stay in the league or get relegated. So, Jack, how do you see this one going?
Yeah, as I say, 6 point spot for Ipswich. You take 3 away from Wolves and you gain 3. So it's a perfect spot for them to really try and save themselves, although I don't think they are going to. I think Wolves down the stretch, they have the better fixtures, and they probably stay up. But in this game, I'm taking the under. Midweek games, and I think, as I said, it's a 6 point game, and Wolves know if they lose this game, then that's the only way they probably get relegated. So, yeah, I see them probably coming for a draw, and with that, they have to defend. So, give me the under.
How about you, Kirk?
Um, I'm gonna be on both teams to score. I think Wolves on the road. I think Wolves in general this season can get a goal. Ipswich showed they can score on the road. They're gonna go for this game, try to win it. Both teams to score is priced pretty well. Actually, it's one of my favorite plays of the Prem on the slate.
Oh yeah, I think this was gonna get a little bit rough with so much at stake for both teams. I mean, at some point you have to get a little bit rough to kind of preserve the result, maybe get a draw or whatever else you possibly need. But over 4.5 cards, minus 110. I mean, it's either going to be 4 or 5 in my opinion. Now, if we're lucky enough, it's going to be 5 at a very good price at minus 110. West Ham and Bournemouth. Kirk, what do you like in this one?
I like West Ham on the double chance. I think Bournemouth have kind of at home we can back them. On the road, they've kind of cooled down. They have won a game in their last 5 games in the Premier League, 4 losses and a draw. I think West Ham at least gets a point out of this game. West Ham at home as well. Give me them on the double chance here. Bournemouth is just in terrible form.
Yeah, I mean, Bournemouth is in a terrible form. It's not like West Ham is doing a lot better. So I'm gonna go with goals in this one. Over 2.5 goals, minus 127. I mean, I could potentially see Bournemouth shutting out West Ham. I don't necessarily see West Ham shutting out Bournemouth because Bournemouth has been a lot more consistent when it comes to scoring goals this season. But over 2.5 at minus 127, Jack, I'm gonna go with that.
Yeah. Again, another really interesting spot for me. I actually really like this game because you have Bournemouth who come off a really bad result, and it inflates the odds quite drastically. And I don't think this form is going to stay with Bournemouth for too long. I think this is a perfect spot for Bournemouth to bounce
What
back.
do you mean? They've won none of their last 5 games, 6 games.
Yep. And now they have West Ham, who also have have not won in their last 3. So I think it's a perfect spot for Bournemouth. If we see the Bournemouth from February, even early March, they win this game no problem. So I'm willing to give them a shot on the plus 130.
There you have it, guys. Moving on to the last game of the day in the EPL, Aston Villa and Nottingham Forest. Both teams playing in great form. Forest coming off of a narrow 1-0 win to United. They were defending well. They scored that early goal and just kept on fighting for the entire match. Aston Villa shutting out Brighton, if I'm not mistaken, 3-0 on the road. Was it Brighton?
Yep.
Yeah, I think it was Brighton.
Hmm.
And this team is just firing right now. So, I mean, I don't know. I could see this game going either way, which is why I took the over 2.5 instead, minus 135. I mean, I could see a goal fest in this one, Kirk.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't see that many goals here. Villa at home. I think they at least get a point. Do I see 4 goals in this game? Not at all. Villa have been good defensively lately. Forest have been good defensively lately. So I'm gonna put Villa on the double and under 3.5 together at minus 120.
What you, Jack?
Whoever put this game, whoever is in charge of putting this game on as the late game, which actually is televised in the UK, is a genius because this is a fantastic game on paper. Villa coming into this game on a crazy win streak, Forest as well. I'm taking both teams to score only because both teams are just very good in attack, and I don't really see either defense being good enough to really stop them. That being said, I am going against a little stat trend here. Nottingham Forest have had the lowest both teams to score games in the Premier League. Only 13 out of 30 of their games in the Prem have seen both teams score. But I'm going to give both teams to score a shot here at the super juice price. But as I said, these attacks are so good, I just can't see either team not scoring.
There you have it, folks. That's it for the EPL. Moving on to Serie A. Talk about Kirk's favorite team, Inter, who are playing against Parma on the road. And I suppose, Kirk, this is one of the games where you consider my pick being weird.
Not weird. It just has no logic besides you want them to lose this game. That's all I
Yeah,
can
same
think
as
of.
you taking Nantes to win when they don't have a single chance at winning a game
When did I take them to win?
every single time.
No. Look at the
Oh,
last 3
come on.
nonce. Look at the last 3 nonce.
Let's
It's
go,
now
Kirk.
April, Kirk. It's been a long season.
What do you mean?
Well, we could talk about the last three non-picks, but you've picked them 75% of the season, so.
Yeah, and if they win once at plus 500, that erases 6 of my picks.
Did they
Anyways,
though?
yeah,
Did they?
once they did. Once they did. Uh, anyways, I don't think Inter really puts their foot on the gas here. I think they get a 1-2-0 victory with having travel in Munich, Champions League next week. I mean, they do still care about the league, but I don't think they really push for a massive win here. So I'm gonna take the under 2.5 in this game.
Well, look, in my opinion, and I'm being serious about it. I mean, Inter definitely much, much better team here. They definitely should be heavy favorites as they are. But they played like two or 3 days ago against Milan in Coppa Italia. And as far as I saw the lineups, I don't think that they were resting any players, which means that they will be resting some here because they have a big, big Champions League game next week. So, and they're playing on the road. Now, Parma, not a great team, but they haven't lost any of their last 4 or 5 games, if I'm not mistaken. They have like 4 draws in a row or something like that. So I'm not expecting them to win this game, not by even the slightest chance. But I think that they could get a draw, whether that's a 0-0 draw or a 1-1 draw. I don't know. But I'm taking Parma on the double chance at plus 142, Jack.
I have a question for you.
Go ahead.
What's the difference between this and the Arsenal game? Because you're on the completely other side of it.
I mean, one game has nothing to do with the other.
Yeah, but your logic is the same, but your picks are on opposite
Yeah, but
sides.
I'm getting Arsenal at minus 130 instead of Juventus at minus 230.
Juventus, where do they come into play
It's
here?
Inter.
Oh,
right.
I'm getting him rattled. Oh, he doesn't
What?
even remember who's in the
Shut up,
Champions.
Kirk. Shut up.
Shut up, Jack.
Inter first half for me. Kind of with the same logic as Goran in a way. Yes, Inter didn't really rest that many players. But again, kind of same logic as the Arsenal game for me. I think Inter will want to get this job done early. Whether they hold on to the second half, that's not my concern because I'm taking them on the first half money line.
We'll see about this one, guys. I don't know. It's gonna be controversial. I have a feeling, Kirk. If Inter drops
Why?
points here, they're losing the title.
I've heard that
Ooh.
before. Right when
They
Napoli,
are they are they are losing the title for sure.
right when Venezia tied Napoli.
Yeah. Milan and Fiorentina, and I'm gonna keep this one very, very simple. Simply because of the price, I'm taking Milan on the money line. They've cost us a lot lately, a lot of sweat, a lot of everything, but feels like they potentially can win this game. I wouldn't say comfortably, but that's not a word that Milan fans are used to much this season. So, Jack, I'm taking Milan on the money line.
Yeah, taking Milan money line simply because of the price. The reverse fixture saw Fiorentina win, but let's not forget how good of a run Fiorentina were on at the start of the season. And AC Milan were actually the better team in that game still. And AC Milan are now a much better team now than what they were back then. So Milan at minus 110. Yes, they played in the week, but I just don't think it's that big of a concern for me in this spot. They're not really that congested fixture wise.
Kirk, anything else to add?
Yeah, there's two teams I wouldn't. There's two teams I'd bet. I hate betting on more than AC, and it's Lazio and Fiorentina. They're just abysmal. Um, so Milan for me. Sign myself up for another sweat fest.
Off to La Liga, everyone. We have Girona and Alaves facing off. Girona plus 100 favorites at home. Kirk, I know that you consider them being bum teams, but would you take them on the money line at home at this price?
Yeah, I feel like you have to. I don't know what else I would take in this game, so by default, I'm taking them on the money line.
Yeah, I think there will be a lot of pressure on Alaves' defense here, and they might save some chances. They might concede some goals. And because of that, I'm taking Girona over 5 corners here at minus 115. I don't expect much from Alaves in this game, Jack. But I do expect Girona to push at home.
Yeah, look, Alaves, they're tied on points with Leganes, who are sitting in the relegation zone right now. They're both on 27 points, so you could expect a fight out of Alaves. Now, whether that means they win the game or not, I don't really know. But I think both teams score here. Girona have had the most errors leading to goals in the league, and Alaves, well,
How's that
they're not.
quantified?
I don't know. I don't know. The stat literally is no team has made more errors leading to an opponent's shot, which equals goals in the Liga this season. So there you go. I like both teams to score.
There you have it, guys. Real Madrid is hosting Valencia. Jack, Real Madrid heavy, heavy favorites. I don't know if I would make them that big of favorites, considering they're playing in the Champions League next week. Yes, they are in a very good form, but Valencia gained a lot of momentum as well, and it looks like they're saving themselves from the relegation.
Yeah, and the league is not over and done with. Yeah, I know Barca are like 3 points ahead, but one bad result for either Real Madrid or Barca, and the league could be over. It really could. So yes, Real Madrid play Arsenal in the week, but they have to get the job done here. So I think they get the lead early. I was going to take Real Madrid on the first half, but I think they just hold on to it. Once they get the lead, it's going to be hard for Valencia to get a point out of this game. So I'm taking Real Madrid on the halftime, full time.
Yeah, Valencia still hasn't won a single game on the road this season, Kirk. They have 7 draws and 7 losses. And it's been a very, very long time since they've beat Real Madrid on the road, actually. I don't even see it. How far down is it? But I don't know, with the way they've been playing and with the way that Real Madrid has been defending, and I mean poorly, I think Valencia can score a goal here. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's a really interesting game. Very tough one to bet on because Real did play midweek and they had to basically sub in everyone. They had to sub in Mbappe, Rudiger, Valverde, just to get by Sociedad. And what was really a terrible showing by them. I mean, the last thing Ancelotti wanted was to use all of his players literally the first game after the international break. But with that being said, they are playing Valencia. They should win this game. But then there's another factor. I don't know if there's been an update on the Vinny, Rudiger, and Mbappe suspension for the first game against Arsenal or not. I think that's still looming over them. So I'm going to take Real and over 2.5 at -138, but it's definitely not a game I'm betting myself.
Yeah, if they haven't made a decision on those suspensions until now, they won't even get suspended. There's just that clear. Yeah, I'm gonna go with both teams to score an over 2.5 plus 118 in this one. I mean, I could see a probably 3-1, 4-1 win for Real Madrid here, easily. Now, depending on the lineups, I suppose, whoever ends up playing. Kirk, Mallorca, and Celta Vigo. I don't know. This just feels like a 1-1 game in my head. So I'm gonna go with the draw at plus 210. What are you taking?
Celta at home, sure, I'll take them. Celta on the road, no way. Mallorca for me.
How about you, Jack?
Yeah, I think this is one of the hardest games to call on Saturday, honestly. I won't be betting a money line here personally. I like both teams to score. That's the whole reason why I don't like the game. It really is going to come down to, and again, it sounds so obvious, but who's going to score more than the opponent because both teams are scoring here. So, yeah, both teams to score, no question.
Question 1-0 Mallorca.
No way.
The line tells you everything it
Last,
needs to.
last game in La Liga, Jack, Barcelona and Betis. Barcelona playing well, scoring a lot of goals. Betis playing also really well, scoring a lot of goals. How do you see this game going?
Yeah. I actually like Betis on the plus 1.5 here because Barca, again, as we've mentioned about 20 times already in this video, midweek games, Barca will be playing in the week. And I think they'll be happy with a 1-0 lead. Their defense is very solid at home, especially. Very, very good. One of the best in Europe right now. So I think even if they have the 1-0 lead at 70 minutes, they'll probably trust their defense and get their key stars off. So I like Betis plus 1.5. And let's not deny the Betis form right now as well. I'm not saying it's good enough to beat Barca, but it's certainly very good, one of the best in the league.
And you agree with everything Jack said, Kirk?
I mean, yeah. I mean, them and Barcelona are the only two teams that have won their last 5 games in the league. So pretty much head to head. And Betis wins this, they'll probably move up to 5th. Not that they will win, but I think this is a real test for them here. And they might be able to catch Barcelona at a kind of in between stage. Um, they did play midweek. They are playing Champions League, as we said. So I think Betis definitely keeps this within 1 goal. I don't think they lose by 2.
You won't like this, Goran, but honestly, as a neutral, I would love Barcelona to lose this game and Real Madrid to win their game, so we get a really solid like head-to-head tied points down the stretch to the end of the season.
I mean, funny thing about Barcelona is the fact that they're not losing a lot of games like this, but they will lose to, I don't know, Celta Vigo at home or Alaves at home in a game after the Champions League. So even if they win this one, there potentially is a game coming up that's going to be huge disappointment for Barcelona. Now, I was actually pleasantly surprised that they kept a clean sheet against Atletico Madrid in Copa del Rey earlier this week. And not a lot of teams can compete with that high defensive line and those offsides that they're setting up. It's just so insanely well practiced and timed. And like I said, not a lot of teams can stay on side and score a goal after a good chance, especially in the VAR age where everything is checked. So do I think Betis can score a goal here? Absolutely. Lewandowski was being rested in that Copa del Rey match. He didn't play from the start. I'm not even sure he got in after. But I don't know. I'm going to go with my team here. I'm going to take Barcelona win and both teams to score plus 144. I could see a 2-1 game easily here. So I'm going to go with that. Moving on to Bundesliga, Kirk, Heidenheim, and Leverkusen. And I know that you were very proud of yourself about that Armenia Leverkusen pick that you had. Do you see Leverkusen bouncing back here?
100%. Heidenheimer, no Bielefeld. I thought Bielefeld were actually in the second division. They're in the third division. They're not even going to get promoted to the second division. So this Bielefeld run is actually even more impressive the more you look into it. But with that being said, it's when you come off a shock loss, you kind of probably take it out on your opponents. The next game, I'm gonna take Leverkusen to win by 2+ here at plus 114. I'm surprised it's plus money.
And I'm taking Leverkusen win and both teams to score plus 200. It just seems that they can't defend right now. So I'm going to put my faith in that again. How about you, Jack?
Yeah, Leverkusen. I love the corners here. I think it's fair to say they're going to be dominating the game. And Leverkusen, believe it or not, they're the fourth highest average corners per game in all the major European leagues. So
I don't believe it.
yeah, and they're averaging 6.8. So realistically, we're getting a decent bit of value here at plus 110 in a game they're gonna dominate. So yeah, give me the over 6.5 corners here. And hold on a second. It's minus 1.5 Leverkusen or plus 1.5?
Minus.
Oh,
Okay,
must be a
okay.
typo.
I was about to jump on my book and take that right away. What the?
Kirk, Mainz and Kiel. Mainz still hunting for that Champions League spot. I don't even know where they're sitting right now. Are they fourth or fifth?
They're in
Because
fourth.
because they did have a loss
They're in fourth.
last week.
Leipzig lost, Freiburg lost, Augsburg tied, and Wolfsburg
Okay.
lost. And Gladbach's now in fifth, actually, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, and Kiel sitting bottom, getting relegated. So this is a great spot for Mainz.
Potentially. They're only 5 points behind Heidenheim, which is for that playoff. So there is still a chance. There is still a chance, but there's no chance here for me, in my opinion. This might be my favorite free pick of the day. Maybe makes the premium. I think Kiel, they always seem to score somehow, some way. I think Mainz just score a lot more. 2-1, 3-1. I'm going to go Mainz and both teams to score here at plus 176.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Mainz -1, but I am not a fan of it. It is too juiced, and personally, I won't be taking this bet. I might take Mainz on the money line in the double with something, but this -1 pick is just a scratch for me, Jack.
I agree.
Yeah, just riding with a trend here. Tough to find value for me in this game, so I'll just go with the trend. The last all 5 home games that Mainz have played with teams below 13th in the Bundesliga have seen exactly 2 goals. So I'm going to take the under 3 here and try my luck at the -105.
Now, Kirk, you were laughing at me for taking Stuttgart in the DFB Pokal
I
against
still
Leipzig.
am. I still am.
Why? I mean, that was a lock. That was
No,
so clear
did
cut.
you watch any of the game?
That was your circle pick, okay?
Did you watch any of the game was my question.
No, I didn't have to watch the
It
game.
was
I was following the score.
0.91 expected to like 2.3 for Leipzig. They just couldn't put the ball in the back of the net. If they give me that
Yeah,
price, Leipzig against Stuttgart anytime again, I'll still take Leipzig. I mean, it was the right play. I stand by
Leipzig
it.
Leipzig still for somehow has a high XG for some reason, even though they've been struggling with scoring goals for the entire season.
Watch the
And
highlights.
now they are -195 favorites, still without a coach. No, thank you. I'm taking Hoffenheim on a double chance at +134, Jack.
Yeah, for all the reasons you said, I really don't like this game either. So I'm gonna go with a trend again. I know there's someone out there that likes it. So Hoffenheim on the road, they don't score in first halves. 10 out of the 13 road games they've played, they have not scored in the first half. So I'll just ride with Leipzig here on the first half money line at +100.
And Kirk, what are you taking?
I'm on both teams. Score equals no. I could see a 1-0 Leipzig. I could see a 0-0 here, to be honest. Or Hoffenheim are not the team we're used to seeing. They're not the team that's winning 4-3 this year. They've been shut out sometimes. They've kept clean sheets. And Leipzig at home has been pretty good defensively. So I could even see a 0-0 here, even though it would shock me any other year besides this year seeing a 0-0 between these two.
Now, what about Freiburg and Dortmund game? Kirk, Freiburg coming off of a loss, but still in the competition for the Champions League spot. Dortmund on the other side, I don't know. Do you expect them to rest players here on the road?
Is the game in Barcelona or Borussia next weekend? I kind of forget.
Uh, I'll look. Give you a
Not that it
second here.
matters because this game's on the road, but it matters a little bit.
They are playing on the road as well against Barcelona, and then
Yeah,
on the road against Bayern. A game after that.
and then at home against Barca. Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
tough run. That's a tough run of
it is a
form.
tough run. It is a
Um,
tough run.
the more I think about this game, the more I really hate my pick. This time of year, Dortmund wakes up. They just wake up this time of year. Uh, Come back to me. I'm changing my pick on the fly.
Go for it, Jack.
Yeah, I don't understand how it's now April. I think Dortmund have won what 2 games on the road this season. I don't know how they're favourite. I really don't. And we
Yeah,
know how good Freiburg have been, so I don't know. It's a no-brainer for me. Don't mind the double chance, but I'm going to ride with the Freiburg money line to push the money, I guess.
yeah. I mean, Freiburg is not the type of a team who's going to dominate games against anyone. And I do expect Borussia Dortmund to be a bit more in control of possession or maybe create more chances. So I'm gonna go with Dortmund over 4.5 corners at -124. I mean, they will either get 4 or 5. I don't think it's gonna go much higher than that, Kirk.
Yeah, I'm gonna change to both teams to score here. I could see a 2-1 Dortmund victory. I do think Freiburg do score at home here. Just Dortmund is one of those weird teams at this time of the year. Even if they're playing bad, a win like Mainz 3-1, even before the international break, a team that is playing great this year, it could really bring them into a different guard. So I'm gonna take both teams to score.
Off to the next game, Bochum and Stuttgart. Jack, Stuttgart coming off of a win, they qualified for the DFB Pokal finale. Bochum, I mean, not doing much this season. I don't know how far down the table they are.
Oh,
They're
they are down.
Sitting
17th.
in the
Bochum are
17th.
17th.
Do they still have a chance to get above the relegations, or how far are they?
They're 2 points away from Heidenheim, so
I
it's
like I
doable.
like I like how this guy talks about my pronunciation of Bochum, but when have you ever heard me destroy this guy for the way he pronounces Sociedad? You know,
Sociedad.
whatever. Moving on.
Sociedad.
Moving on.
I mean,
Um,
to be honest, you are saying it the same, no?
He says
Sociedad.
Bochum.
Sociedad. That's how you pronounce it.
Okay, yeah. That's fine.
Um,
Sociedad.
Sociedad. No, I think I said it once to take the piss out of this guy over here, but this
Listen
this
to how you say Le Havre. Lavre.
I'm taking the under in this game. I know Bochum, they
Let's
have
put
scored
$30
a
on it.
lot.
I got the over.
No, thank you.
I'm
I know
giving you
they've
even
scored.
money. You're at -167.
No, thanks. I don't want your money, Kirk. It's fine. Um,
Says the man who just PayPal'd me 90.
yeah, I don't want your money. It's fine. Under 3.5 for me. I know it's juice, but I just can't see both of these teams contributing for 4 goals here.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Stuttgart money line after a stellar performance against Leipzig in the DFB Pokal, which they won, by the way.
Far from
Thank you, Kirk.
stellar.
Thank you, Kirk. I'm taking them once again to keep the ball rolling. Stuttgart money line for me against Bochum on the road. Bochum is garbage. Werder
I
and
didn't
Eintracht,
go.
Kirk.
I didn't go.
You didn't go?
No. I'm on the
Sorry.
over. I'm on the over. If there's two teams that do combine for 4 goals, it's these two. Stuttgart have not won a game in the Bundesliga in their last 5 games. Bochum, they're fighting for relegation. I'm pretty sure this is like a little bit of a derby. I think these teams are pretty close in terms of cities. I think this will be a banger of a goal fest. So I'm gonna take over.
You have it, guys. Now, Kirk, you can go again. Werder and Eintracht.
Yeah, I thought this was Wolfsburg at first, so I did put Werder money line at first. Now that I think about it, I might re-go back to it. I don't know.
Again, changing on the fly again.
Nah, I'll stay with my pick because I don't really like anything in this game. I have a total of 3 to 5 goals being scored in this game at -130. I don't know where I found this. I might have made this up, to be honest. I have no idea where this came from. Um, made up the line. Who knows? Nah, it's on some book somewhere. But I actually don't like this pick anymore. The more I talk about it, give me. I don't know. No bet for me altogether. Or if
And
anything, Werder money line. Actually, if anything, Werder money line in this game for me.
I mean, if I'm being honest, Kirk, I could see like a 2-2 draw or something like that, something insane. Now, whether or not we see 6 goals, that would be something special. So I'm gonna go with the draw in this one, Jack, plus 265.
Yeah, if I'm being honest, that's my line, Goran. That's my line.
Okay,
Let's get that right.
sorry.
Frankfurt money line for me. 3 in the last 4 have seen them win. And you know how much Werder have been letting us down in 2025.
Not much.
Home, not much. You crazy?
They've
Are
won
you
2 of their
forgetting?
last 3.
Yeah, are you forgetting about the 5 or 6 loss streak before that, or whatever it was?
No,
Give me
That was
Eintracht
you
on that.
guys, not me. I was on Wolfsburg back then.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying I can't trust Werder in 2025
And
for
you
that
can
reason.
trust Frankfurt without Marmouche?
Well, they've been winning. They've been winning.
I guess.
that's it for this one then, I suppose. French League One, we have 3 games on Saturday: PSG and Angers. I mean, on some books I've seen PSG minus 1200. Here on this book, I've had them at minus 770. Angers obviously huge underdogs in this game. Jack, PSG playing in the Champions League next week. But I mean, even if they end up resting half of their lineup, they are probably 4 times better than Angers is. So I don't know. What do you have in this game?
Yeah, I'm taking a. I really don't like this pick, to be honest. This is actually one of my least favorite picks in this video. PSG, they've just been conceding so much recently, and I don't watch enough PSG to understand why. But I'm still going to take them to nil here. Only reason why is because Angers, they have not scored in like 4 games. So if they can't score against Rennes, Monaco, Brest, Toulouse, how the hell are they going to score against PSG? That being said, this is like a perfect spot for the books to make a load of money off people like me who ride that trend and go to nil. So I don't know. I think there's better picks from me in this video, guys, to run with. But if you want it, take it at your own risk.
Yeah, I mean, if nothing else, if they can keep a clean sheet, PSG can score 4 goals easily in this game. I mean, they've been scoring so many lately, and they were in such a good form that I mean, even if Dembele and Marco will be rested, there's Doe who's playing really well, and a bunch of other guys. Even the Kirk's favorite, Kvaratskhelia, is playing pretty well right now as well. So I'm taking PSG to win and over 3.5 goals at minus 119. Kirk.
Yeah, no, that dude's actually pretty good, but I don't know how much emphasis I can put on it because he's playing in the French league. So I guess we'll see when it comes to midweek when they do play. I don't know who they play actually. Arsenal?
Is it Real
No,
Madrid?
No, Real Madrid
no,
No,
Arsenal in the week.
it's the team no one. Oh, it's Villa, the
Villa.
team no one cares about.
It's Villa. It's Villa
So
at home.
I guess that won't be a real test either for to see how good he is because they're bums over there. But in this game, I think you hop on this line the second you see this. I don't know if Dembele play. I don't know if Kvaratskhelia plays. I don't know if Barcola plays. I don't know if Goncalo Ramos plays. But I think Desiree Doué does play. And there's goals to be had in this game for PSG, probably 3 or 4 of them. Doué at plus 130. All those other guys I mentioned are minus. So if you can get Doué at plus money, I think that's the guy to take.
Off to the next game, Brest and Monaco. I'm keeping this one simple. Monaco fighting for that Champions League spot. They are playing pretty well, undefeated in their last 4 games, and even though Brest is pretty much undefeated in their last 3, They've kept a bunch of clean sheets as well. I simply think that Monaco is the better team in this matchup, and they have been more consistent this season. So at the price we are getting, I mean, I'm taking Monaco on the money line here, Kirk, and I see that you are going the other way.
Yeah, Brest sucks, but I don't think I can trust Monaco on the road. It's a tough one, but I think the price I'm getting on Brest is worth it was worth the shot. Definitely not a game I'm betting myself. Just a team at home to get minus 130. Who isn't really, in my opinion, that much worse than Monaco? Because I don't think Monaco is that good. I mean, I think Brest is terrible. They're no Nantes. Nantes clears them every day of the week, but yeah, I'll have to go with a double chance. I don't know.
Jack?
Yeah, I'm liking Monaco on the second half money line here, which is actually, I think, one of the
Tell me why, Jack.
I've took it. I'm about to tell you why. 9
Tell
out of
me
the 15.
why, tell me why.
Oh no!
We got
Oh
Goran
no!
singing for free. That's not even a premium.
That's
Crazy.
usually on his OnlyFans.
9 out of the 15 wins for Monaco have come from winning the second half. They've been tied at halftime or losing at halftime in those 9 games, and they've made the comeback and won the second half money line. So I'm going to ride with the second half money line here.
There you have it, folks. We are off to the last game of this video. Lyon and Lille, another matchup in the French Ligue 1. Lille, pretty hefty underdogs on the road against Lyon, who's not that much better than Lille, in my opinion. I think this could be a bit of a war going on here. Jack, what do you like?
Yeah, looked at cards, but it was a bit too juice for the over 4.5, really. And the French league, the referees don't seem to give as many cards as other leagues, so I didn't really like it as much. I like goals here, though, purely because Lyon, they are a late scoring team. They score late in games, no matter what the score is. And Lille, we all know how well they can score and put up a good score count. So yeah, I like over 1.5 in the second half here.
Yeah, there's a way all three of us hit this game. That is if it ends 1-1 and both goals are in the second half, Kirk. You're taking the under. I'm going with both teams to score in this one at minus 164.
Yeah, I kind of got to contrast here, Jack. I wouldn't say Lille can score whenever. They're the lowest scoring team of the top 8 in France. But they've also conceded the second least amount of goals in France all season after PSG. So they've been a very low scoring team, but also haven't conceded much. That being said, Lyon are on the road in this game. I think it's going to be chippy. I like the under
No,
here. I don't
no,
see
no, no.
Lyon are at home.
Lille is on the road.
whatever. They're the same team in my eyes. I
Of
still
course, they both start with L.
And then both their badges are red, white, and blue.
lost Lille. That's what they're called. Yeah, I'm still on the under. It doesn't really matter. I think whichever team were to be on the road, I don't remember already which one is. I think they play a more defensive style, and yeah, that's all I have. I have the under here plus money. I think it's a great play.
That's all from all three of us, guys, for this video. Thank you for joining us.
Hold on, hold on, hold on.
What now? What
We
now?
have to do parlays.
Oh, I'll
Oh, I
post
don't
mine in
have
the
one.
comments because
Yeah,
I don't have it
comments. Yeah.
ready.
You
But
get
go for it,
mine.
Kirk.
You get
Go for it.
mine. You get mine. Hold on, I need to craft it. Hold on.
Oh my god.
I
No,
thought
no,
you have
no.
it ready.
Jonathan Burkhart, anytime goals. It's minus 130. Give me first goal scorer plus 280. Now let's head over to where do we want? Let's head over to League One. Desiree Douay anytime. Let's just do a nice two-legger here, Plus 774. Desiree Douay anytime. Jonathan Burkhart first goal scorer plus 774. There you go.
You have it, folks. You'll get my parlay in the comments, possibly even Jack's parlay as well. Give us a comment, guys. Let us know what you're taking. Give us your odds. Subscribe,
Tell
hit that
Goran
like
that
button.
he's dumb for taking Parma double chance, and that tell these guys that you'd rather lose money than push, like I do.
Yeah, no. We don't have to tell you you're dumb, Kirk. We know it. Goodbye, guys.